Right, welcome to my latest video on the Volvo, the 2013 Volvo XC90. Problem is this time, every time we go over a bump, well not every time, but most times we go over a bump, this glove box falls open and we're fed up of it. So I'm investigating as to why it does it. Every time you go over a bump, it comes open. Fed up of it. So what we're going to do about it? Well, stand by and I'll show you. What I'm going to do is, I've noticed there's a wire loop there, another one there, there's a hole there, a hole there, a handle there, and some Torx screws there. So I'm going to undo those 3 Torx screws and let's have a closer look. I'm going to undo these 3 Torx screws and have a look what's under there first of all. So let's see. Right, here we are. Screws taken out and the thing lifted. That's the bit I've taken out. It went there. We'll come back to that. But what you've got down here is, you can't see the handle. There's the handle, but on the inside of that, you've got this. If I operate it, you can see that. There's a pin there. It's a bit dark. Let's see if I can get in a bit closer. At the end of my, there's a pin sticking up. Can you see it? Oh, you can see it better there. Right, if I do that, that's the action. So that is what's opening the glove box lid. Now here's the mechanism. Now it goes that way. So that pin should be in there, pulling that lever downwards or upwards that way, same as my finger going that way. Okay, now what we've got here is a mechanism. For a start, we've got a spring there which is pushing this bar. That's better. This bar goes all the way along here. Now there's a, don't know what to call that, a tumbler or something there, and there's another one there, and they correspond to the wire loops up here somewhere there. And what happens is the wire loop pushes in against the tumbler and it comes backwards like that. Let me see if I can demonstrate this a bit better. It's very, very difficult, but it goes back like that, and then this block moves this way to trap it. Okay, now I've got to put the camera down. I'll put the camera down and try and show you. Keep watching. It's a bit cramped in here. Let me see if I can show you. Right, because I've got to do both at once. So push them in. Whoops. Push it, there you go, it's gone. Okay, so can you see now? Let me see if I can show you that. There you go. And so the wire loop would be in the top there, and that's holding it, and that bar is up there. And that would be in there like that. You can see that tumbler's moved now, so that would be trapping that wire loop in there. All nice and dandy. And then what happens is, it goes downwards and click. Now that seems fairly solid. Now let me put that back again. Right. Now it seems to me that if that's tripping open when I hit a bump, then it's not sitting like that in normal service. I think that it might be slightly on the edge, like, let me see if I can, somewhere there. I think it's sitting like that, so that as soon as you hit a bump, with the slightest bit, it's just tripping it off. Like that. Because I don't think that would jump off if it was fully home. So it seems to me that something's got to happen. Okay? Either this pin has got to come up this way, which means adjusting those or loosening those screws and trying to push this thing up a bit. In other words, the handle, this bit, needs to come upwards, or we're not shutting the glove box with enough force. Maybe we just need to, instead of just snapping it like that, maybe we should give it a bit of a push, because there's a bit of compression there in what we've got. Some rubbers. There's a rubber thing there and another one there, and maybe we should push harder against them to try and get it to click home a bit further. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm not going to adjust anything. I'm not going to try anything. I'm going to put it back together as it was, and then we'll try that. We'll just try pushing it a little bit harder, and we'll see what the result of that is. We'll do a field trial, and then I'll carry on, and I'll finish the video anyway, I think. So just bear with. And with that knowledge in mind, I've just found something. I've put it back together, and I've just tried something. Now listen, if I just press that gently until it clicks, that's clicked and it's closed. Okay, now I've just found if I thump it under here, it comes open. That's the problem. Close it gently. Close. You think it's closed? Comes open. Right. So, if you press it a little bit harder, that's click close. Now press it a bit harder. Listen. You got to click then. Another click. Won't open. Problem solved. No adjustment. Press it harder until you hear a good click. Thank you. Also, yeah, you can feel it. That's what it is. Press harder.